everyone, welcome to the video. I'm Amy and I post 3 videos a week. Today's video is kind of off the wall. I totally did not have this planned and I just kept wanting this palette. So we're gonna try to dupe the Kaleidos Flower Punk Palette. I have a whole bunch of eyeshadow palettes here next to me and you're gonna see my real time trying to figure this out and find some shades to dupe it. So if that sounds like something you're into, go ahead and give this video a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get into it. When this was first teased and before it even launched, I was like, wow, I love that. There's so many colors there that are really I'm drawn to. I'm really interested in this palette. For a minute, I really thought, I was like, is this gonna be the first Kaleidos palette that I try? Because I really want to try Kaleidos this year and they have a lot of exciting launches already, like in their lineup. But I was like, wow, this one's like really calling my name. But what kind of made me hesitate a little bit is that I had just bought the Mercury Retrograde palette, which is also a very colorful palette with this blue. So I was like, I don't know if I should just buy, I don't wear colorful looks that often, or at least that colorful. I don't know. I just wasn't sure that it was something I would actually use. Even if I were to really like it and enjoy it, like how much would I use it? So I was like, I don't know. And I held off, and then I think it sold out the first round. And then I saw, oh my gosh, what's her name? Giovanna, her name is Glam Geo NYC on Instagram. And she like literally, okay, I look at her and I see a woman, but she brings me childlike joy, like joy from deep within. Like I just don't understand, like, how can one human be so cute? How can you be so cute? I just don't get it. And she's also like amazing at makeup, and she always uses really, really fun colors. And this is the one where, but she had a video where she duped the Flower Punk palette too, because it was pulling on her heartstrings just like mine. And so I watched her video and it was a really good video, but I have I think one of the palettes that she used to dupe, so I've got that here, but I don't have like everything else. So I was like, okay, and it was just sat in the back of my mind for a really long time, and now I'm finally like, I need to just see if I can dupe it in my collection, and I might as well film it for you guys, for your enjoyment. And if you are if you have all of these palettes that I have, amen to you. But not even all of them are available anymore, so, and this definitely would not be cheaper than buying the Flower Punk palette. So if you want that, go ahead and do that. My purpose here, this is just a practice of trying to look within my collection rather than just shop. I've done this one time before with the Natasha Denona Glam palette, and that one was affordable. So I think that one, like, to me feels like, yes, I did it. You know what I mean? But this still is me doing it. This is still me saving money. This is still me finding a new appreciation for things that are already in my collection, etc, etc. I've already been blabbing for like 5 minutes. So let's get to actually swatching some things. I'm gonna pull up the Kaleidos site. Yes, okay, so the palette was only $36. It is currently unavailable while I'm filming this, but it is gonna return soon. So it would definitely be cheaper than anything, like if you bought all these palettes to try to make it happen. Just get it if you really want it and don't have it in that kind of thing in your collection. So that like aquamarine type color in the very beginning, I don't have anything exactly like it. Let me pull. While I'm doing this, I'm gonna try to have kind of like a reference picture. Yeah, how does that look? A reference picture for you guys. scoot just a hair this way. But okay, so it said aquamarine and mint. I'm gonna show you the mint from the mint. Which one is this? Yeah, meant to be. And then this is Haze from the Mercury Retrograde. And it's definitely closer to Haze, but I do think that Haze is a little bit more blue, whereas the Kaleidos one looks a little bit more green, but it's definitely not this pale. I'm finding myself back in center. It's definitely not this pale, so I'm gonna go with the one from the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde in the shade Haze. There's absolutely nothing on my arm, so this is just dry swatches on a bare arm. That's a super pretty color. Also, by the way, I obviously already have makeup on, so I'm not gonna make a look with these colors today, but I will try to make looks and have photos this weekend. Okay, now we need to find the shimmery aquamarine. So let me pull this mint back out. This one is from the e.l.f. Meant to Be. This is a lot more sheer of a shimmer. It's much more like pieces and particles. This is the shade Macaroons from the, oh yeah, that's way closer. Yeah. Okay. The Dupes by Juvia's Place Macarons, and the e.l.f. Meant to Be. It just locks every 5 seconds. But anyways, I don't know. Let's see. Let's give you a palm swatch really quickly. Yeah, this is way more blue, and this is way more green. So same kind of issue that we had before with the mattes. We're gonna use the shade in the Juvia's Place palette. So, yeah. Not the best swatches, but they're pretty good so far, right? They haven't gone too far off track. Next, we have, ooh, this one I don't think I have an exact dupe because I don't really have anything that is that kind of violet-y, you know, where if we look at the swatches next to the palette, it definitely looks more of like a rosy kind of color, but when we're looking at the swatch, it looks like it has kind of a rosy base and a like hot lavender magenta-y flip, which I don't have. I think what we're gonna have to do for this one is do a double swatch since it is a duochrome. You know what I mean? Like do the base swatch and then the top swatch. But let's look. Okay, I got my Cotton Candy palette from BH Cosmetics. I feel like this might be the right shade for the flip or close. Let's see the one that's next to it too. Yeah, I think this one is closer because it's actually more purple, right? Yeah. I wish I could look at these next to each other, but I can't. I don't know. Okay, let me do a hand swatch again. Let's see. Oh man, I don't know. This is like, you know that one thing that's like, which of these nail polishes matches these shoes? And it's like a magenta-y purpley. I feel like I'm having that moment right now. Like I'm looking at these colors and I cannot decide which one is closer because they both look close. You know what I mean? Oh, I don't know. Let's mix them. Ooh, yeah, I think that's a really good assimilation. Okay, so these are the two colors, Fluff and Sugar. Sugar, fluff, and then this is the mixed. I think that's a really good color, but I think we still need that rosy base. Sorry. How about that? Okay, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so I'm gonna take the shade Crepes from the Dupes palette, and I'm gonna lightly put that down, and that's gonna be like the base shade. And then I'm gonna take those two shimmery purples. Oh yeah. Do you see it? Can you see the fake flip that I've created? I don't know, I hope you can see it. All right, next we have a matte that is kind of a brown that is a bit plummy, a bit gray, a bit muted. Let's see. Feel like that is too warm. The one we just did is way too pale. Let's see the ones that are in the... What is the palette? The Huda Beauty Retrograde palette. Let's look at that one. What if we do this one? I'm mixing. Now, mixing shadows means that I won't be able to pick into a shadow to put it onto my eye, but I wouldn't count it out because putting two shadows and blending them on your eye is a fine thing to do. So yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go with this mixture that I have, which is Crepes again from the Juvia's Place palette, which is this kind of orangey rusty color, and then the shade Vortex from the from the Huda Beauty. Like so. All right, for the next pink, I think that the shade Dahomey from the Royal Heritage palette will be really nice because it's kind of a like muted pink, which I think, yeah, it like blends into my hand. It's like a rosy muted shade. So I'm just gonna go with that one. No mixing here. Yeah. What do we think? What do we think so far? So far, so fun, actually. This is fun. It's like makeup homework. Honestly. That's how it feels right now. Okay. What is next? Ooh, that's super vibrant, bright, neon looking green. I'm taking a look at it on all the skin tones because that helps me to see the true undertone of the shade. Because, you know, on someone pinker, it might look more green. On someone that's more warm, it might look more mustardy. I don't know if those are the correct situations, but so I look at that, and then I also am looking at the swatch that's just like on the ground, as well as just the palette. And it looks like it is a like neon green is how it's looking, but it looks like it is very close to the next shade, but the next shade is just a hint more mustardy. And let's pull out Melt Gemini, baby. Look at these shades. Okay, I've also picked out the Honey because it has some really bright shades, which I think might help me in that neon department. And I've got my It's Freaking Bats palette, which is, this is the one palette that Giovanna used. So I've got that out. I think what I would want to do is do Trappa, which is a super duper beautiful green, but it's kind of grungy. So I want to mix it with one of these yellows, I think, because the green, the like light green Mochi in the Melt palette might actually be like that next shade over. So this is Mochi, and this is Trappa by itself. Okay, and then let's look at some other shades. Like Lorelei is what I would have thought that mustardy one is, but then when I look at it, it's like way too orange. You see what I'm saying? So I think it might be these. What do you think? I'm gonna take the shade Sweet Spot from Honey, which is a bright yellow, and I'm gonna tap over and mix it right in with Trappa. So now you're getting that super bright neon, and then I think Mochi looks like that more mustardy color now instead of this one. This one would be way too orange, right? You see what I'm seeing? It's a weird place to swatch, but I'm running out of places to do it. Okay, so what were we doing? The lime green shade first. So I'm gonna take Trappa on one finger and Sweet Spot on another. There we go. I think that's pretty good. I don't think it's an exact kind of green. I do feel like it still could be brighter, but I do feel like it might be easier to do that with a brush on your eye than it is on my arm. Quite honestly. To be fair. Okay, now I've wiped off my fingers, and I'm going to take Mochi and put that right next to it because I think that is a good enough shade for the next one. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. All right, next we have, next we have this, metallic green. Okay, I have two metallic greens, and I think it actually is going to be like the melt one. So this is Handbook, which is insane. This is from Butte Bean and Shroud, the It's Freaking Bats palette. But looking at the pictures here, I think it's much more of an earthy green. This is much more of a like poison electric green. And Goals from the Melt Cosmetics palette. Yeah. This is, hold on. It's much more of an earthy green with like a bright flip. Let's see. Can you see? So it's like very, very metallic. I'm going to do Handbook and Goals next to each other here. Oh man. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Goals. I think it looks more like it, even though Handbook is outrageous. Very earthy on the ends, but where it's got that highlight, it flips to this super bright gold. I think that's a really, really close shade match. But I've heard amazing things about Kaleidos shimmer formula, and the melt one is quite crumbly. It is a very beautiful shade, but it's quite crumbly. Yes, it's a deep earthy green. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be pulling this out of the melt palette. I just need to decide, is it going to be Fire OG or is it deep enough to be Leo? So we've got Fire OG, which has a little bit of warmth to it to make it a little bit more grungy, and then Leo. So we have Fire OG and Leo. What do we think? Ooh, let me look at the picture again. Okay, I do. Oh my gosh, I don't know. I think I'm gonna go with Fire OG because it doesn't look as foresty as Leo. Leo is a bit more like a forest green. So I'm gonna go with Fire OG as our last shade. All right, so here are my final swatches. I'm gonna go this way. So what do you guys think? I don't think I did perfect, but I definitely feel like I done enough to where I don't feel like I need the palette, which I think was my purpose here all along. And also, what's weird is now I'm looking at it and I'm like, I don't even know what I would create with this. Like, what would I do? I mean, I could just do all one shadow looks. This is a one shadow look. This is a one shadow look. This, you know what I mean? That would be really cool. But I don't know. Clearly I could use my Gemini palette to create anything with these down here pretty much, you know? And then the pinks, I have pinks upon pinks upon pinks. I have enough pinks to fill a lifetime, you know? So it's like, what was this palette gonna bring to me besides being pretty and being a new brand I've never tried? So I'm very glad that I've done this exercise because, one, it made me pull out a lot of palettes. Two, it made me realize I do have a lot of fun colors in my collection, even though I think of my collection as something that's more everyday with a little bit of fun. And three, it made me realize maybe I wouldn't even know what to do if I had that palette, if I'm honest, because I don't do fun looks like Giovanna. So what was I gonna do? What was I gonna do? What am I gonna do with these? So I don't know. I will try to make a look using these shadows. And I didn't think about it until she said it, Giovanna. I'm gonna keep mentioning her. I'm gonna link her down below. Like, would I could see mixing like the pinks and the blues, maybe, but would I ever put this blue with any of these colors? I don't know. Would I ever put any of these pinks with any of these colors? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I think it's beautiful. I think they're beautiful shades, but I just don't know what I would do when this is the kind of look that I wear every day. So I don't know who I was kidding. But I hope you enjoyed watching me grow. I have grown in this video, but go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 palettes today to find this. I did only use 7 palettes to create this. So if you too would like to get the look of a $36 palette for $200, then go ahead and buy these. But yeah, I don't know. I guess that's all I have for you guys today. If I did create a look, I will insert picture here again. But that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, whatever it was. Please like this video if you did, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next one. Bye. Wait. Bye.